As he left the White House, the president told reporters he is backing off his administration's plan to eliminate federal funding for the Special Olympics.
His decision came hours after Education Secretary Betsy DeVos faced another harsh grilling on Capitol Hill.
Whoever came up with that idea at OMB gets a Special Olympic gold medal for insensitivity.
You know, I love Special Olympics myself. I have given a portion of my salary to Special Olympics. Let's not use disabled children in a twisted way for your political narrative. That is just disgusting and it's shameful. And
well, Madam Secretary, let me tell you what, eliminating $18 million out of an $70 or $80 billion budget, I think is shameful too.
Remember when Trump wanted to cut funding to the Special Olympics? I asked people to ask themselves, what does he think about you if he looked down at the disabled and classified them as useless eaters taking up space? Then you heard Betsy accusing them of being disgusting for questioning her about her administration's actions. I remember when Trump wanted to have people on welfare start receiving their food from boxes. And people were co-signing that, saying, yeah, they need to get a job instead of sucking up America's resources. And I said, one day we, the working, could be getting our food out of boxes too. Or as the old saying goes, the grave you dig for someone else could end up being your own. Or, when you dig a grave for somebody else, you might as well build two. One for yourself.
Now we are so happy we do the dance of joy!
Now, I've done a lot of commentary on what Trump and his administration is up to. But I'm not in I told you so mode where I do these victory dances because my prophecy looks to be coming to fruition. I see a lot of people doing that, doing victory laps like they've won something. I'm not doing that. I just want people to look at what's been in your face.
I don't like having thousands of people around when you don't need them. Some of the people we cut, they haven't been used for many, many years. And if we ever need them, we can get them very quickly.
Cut funding to the CDC. And said, oh, well, we'll just hire them back if there's an emergency, he says. This corona thing, it looks like what I've said Trump and his Republicans want. And I'm not saying he bio-bombed China with the virus, but this corona thing is the perfect storm for him. And what I mean by the perfect storm is, what's going on is what these Nazi Republicans want. Whether they caused it or not, they want this for their overall agenda. I've done a lot of commentary on Trump's anti-immigrant campaign. And people are saying Trump is right to close the borders, ban travel and all that because of the coronavirus thing. Well, was it a coronavirus back in his first year as president when he traveled banned entire regions of people? No. So this is the perfect storm for him. Restricting travel and closing borders is what he wanted anyway. Or like when Trump starts these conflicts with countries like building walls and pulling out of NATO and imposing tariffs and travel bans, it's all to isolate America. Not insulate, isolate. I've asked people, how much do you want to pay for your stuff? This isolation of America with the tariffs and pulling out of these unions will drive the price of everything way up here. Like Ben Carson, head of public housing. This administration wanted to double or triple the rent of people who are already on a fixed income. Betsy DeVos, head of education, said that she wanted to get rid of public schools. You see people doing school from the internet right now. What would that eventually do? Create an illiterate society. Perfect storm to create the kind of conditions that Trump wants. Easy to take advantage of an illiterate society. I've done a few videos where I played clips about Trump's government checks he's been giving to farmers, because of his tariffs. He wants farmers to be on welfare, basically to turn the farms into plantations where the government owns them instead of the farmers themselves. Some of you remember the clip I played of Trump questioning why America allows people to protest in the first place. Think about what's in the head of somebody who questions people's right and ability to protest. I've said 1,000 times that Trump models after communist nations like Russia. Remember back when Russia used to have to wait in line for a day to get the minimal amount of food? That was the norm.
We'll have an economy based on wind. I never understood wind. I know windmills very much. We have a world, right? So the world is tiny compared to the universe. So tremendous amount of fumes and everything. You talk about the carbon footprint. Fumes are spewing into the air, right? Spewing. They're noisy. They kill the birds. You want to see a bird graveyard? You just go. Take a look. A bird graveyard? Go under a windmill someday. You'll see more birds than you've ever seen ever in your life. But why is it okay for these windmills to destroy the bird population? And that's what they're doing. And sometimes they're made by different companies. I'm like a perfectionist. I really built good stuff. And so you'll see like a few windmills made by one company, General Electric. And then you'll see a few made by Siemens. And you'll see a few made by some other guy that doesn't have 10 cents. It looks like. So you see all these windmills. They're all different shades of color. They're like sort of white, but one's like an orange white. It's my favorite color, orange.
That doesn't have 10 cents to rub together. See, little things like that are big, not little at all. Heard him talk about that one orange windmill. It's in the way. Trump wants to consolidate business. He likes everything big, mega, monopolized. He don't want small businesses. He wants everything big. He wants toxic energy because it makes more money. He don't care about people, so we're not going to believe that he cares about birds. His administration denies global warming, so we're not going to believe that he cares about pollution either. Windmills are the perfect storm for him.
Regarding the coronavirus over at the Harris County Jail, a judge has ordered the immediate release of inmates who were booked on a long list of non-violent felonies. Officials are trying to cut down on the jail population to prevent an outbreak of the virus behind bars.
He's letting people out of jail, non-violent or low-risk offenders. Says because of the coronavirus, as if the virus only targets low-risk inmates and high-risk violent offenders can't infect the jail population. All of this is unfolding right in our faces. Remember, I've talked about how he wants third world conditions here. How him cutting welfare and his party trying to outlaw abortions at the same time would fill the streets with the neglected, creating more slums. Real slums, not these gardens of Eden we call ghettos right now. I'm talking 1-800 number looking conditions. He only wants rich or poor, no middle.